Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Q&A show on Inside the Birds platform. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Jason Avant. I'm here with one of my teammates, one of my favorite people, Quintin Mikell. Say what up to the people.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Glad to be back. It's a blessing. Let's get into it, man.
Get into it. Before we get into it, want to thank everybody that tunes in each and every week. Thank you for your support. Make sure that you send your questions to insidethebirds@gmail.com. We promise we're going to do a better job of answering and getting to your question throughout the show. Also want to thank Jeff and Adam and Josh and everyone that's responsible for the platform. Make sure you guys continue to tune in to us. And thank you guys for everything. And also, make sure you check out Inside the Tape with my man Clay Harbor and Greg Cosell. That's airing on Inside the Birds platform as well. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all of those fine platforms. Check us out. Let's get right into it. The Eagles are 4-0. They figured out a way to get past a bad showing at the beginning of the game defensively to overcome and beat the Washington Commanders. Q, before we get into the offense and defense and everything, as a defensive player, I know the last segment of the game, those last two plays had to really infuriate you because I'm looking at the TV ready to bust the damn screen. I'm ready, just from knowing what we know about the game and how you're supposed to play last situations. Tell me your thoughts on it, and then I'll come after you.
I was absolutely frustrated. Out of the last three plays, okay, only one of them I say I like, and that was when we went double A gap, zero blitz. The play before that, I forget who I think it threw it to Dotson on the right side.
On the sideline.
On the sideline. We're playing Slade's off at about 8 yards and he's soft pedaling. All right. No contest, no contesting the ball, no getting ready to break, nothing, just playing soft. I mean, he really could have caught the ball and just ran out of bounds. So I was really frustrated with that play. We weren't protecting the sideline. We weren't playing aggressive. We were playing super soft. The next play, I'm like, all right, we come after him. We force a low throw and almost got almost made a play on the ball. Yeah. I'm like, all right, here we go. Last play, I lost my mind. I was telling my son, I was like, we need to go zero blitz again. Just, I don't care what it is. We just got to bring some pressure because you got a young quarterback, game time situation. You don't want to play soft in that situation. And the absolute worst part of it is not only did we not pressure, but we played that soft stick route defense. And essentially, as a defensive back, one of the worst things that can happen is if you're playing in the end zone and the receiver runs a route past the goal line, turns around and catches the ball, right? That's the most embarrassing part of that's the most embarrassing thing that can happen to a DB. We're always taught to defend the goal line. And at that situation, you want to be in between the quarterback and the receiver. So they need to be way more aggressive on it. I was really frustrated, and they really put themselves in a situation to lose the game, because if Ron goes for 2 right there, it's a different ball. The game's over right there. So I lost my mind. I was losing it. I know you about to. Let's hear it, man. I know you.
Well, I agree with you. And me being in those moments, very rarely does the offense get a clean look like that into the end zone. Like you said, you play the front of the goal line. Some people even teach you to turn your back toward them as long as you're in between the ball. It all depends on what you're taught, but you're always in between the ball, right? And then you got to understand where your help is. Like, what are you inside of the guy for? Like, why? It's 17 people inside of you. Yep. Why are you? How does he catch the ball on outside of you? Like, how does that happen? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. And you're not like near the sideline. at all. It just made no sense. Now I will give this that he's a younger player.
Yeah.
I will say give him a younger player. But here's my problem with the whole sequence, right? The whole sequence, and we can go back before then and say AJ, Coach Sirianni and Brian Johnson could have milked the clock a little bit more. You can't pass up opportunities and touchdowns. You can't pass. You don't know if you're going to keep matriculating the ball down the field or not. If you get a chance to take a shot, go and win a game, you try to win a game. And they did with AJ Brown by going up, right? So you took a shot, you live there. Can't get the penalty, 15-yard penalty. You just don't do that. After that point, we pressured them in that drive 2 times.
Yeah.
In that moment, there's no more room for soft defense. This is, you have to beat me at this moment.
Yep.
This is no longer zone defense. This is man coverage time. Yeah, to give my guy a break for a play on first or second down, I may play a zone. But when it's third or fourth down, or it's in a situation where the game is on the line, like the ball on the 5-yard line, 4-yard line, 3-yard line, whatever it may be, 8-yard line, whatever it was, that's a situation where if you're going to beat me, you're going to beat me.
Mm-hmm.
Me, my best on your best, one-on-one, me pressuring you, me coming after you. And it's almost like they did not watch the Buffalo Bills tape. They said Sam Howell is a young quarterback and let's light him up. But the entire game, we let this dude be comfortable and look like, oh, he got a future in Washington and he got something to work with, because we did not light him up the entire game. We picked and choose when we rushed 5 people. We rushed 4 at the most of the time, and you put a guy back there with Coach Reed's brain, and they were running the same plays that I ran.
Yep.
Same plays that I ran. And you let somebody scheme you up by rushing 4 and being able to protect with an extra person with the running back, yeah. We're not going to be able to get home every single time like that. So you have to be more aggressive. It reminded me of Jim Schwartz. It reminded me of Jonathan Gannon in those situations. But I'll tell you this, Jim Schwartz with a 0. Hit a 0 twice.
I agree. Yeah.
He would, if it was 3rd and 12, 15, he may have ran sticks.
Yeah.
But if it was 3rd, or if it was game on the line, 2-3 seconds, he's going to run 0 in that situation. Every coach is going to run 0. Every good defense coordinator is going to run 0. You getting the ball out of your hands.
Yep.
And we're going to sit on it. And you better the only throw you're going to be able to make is a fade throw. I'm not getting beat on the slant. I'm not getting beat on a post. I'm not getting beat on the stop. You better make sure that this fade throw that you throw is perfect. And that completion percentage on that throw is less than less than 3%.
Yeah.
It's the least completed pass in the National Football League is a go fade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm with you, man.
Yeah. All right.
So, all right, man.
So that frustrated me. All right.
It's
all right.
It's the sad, I don't want to say sad, but the frustrating part is, as a defender, as a secondary guy, what are you saying to your guys? And I don't want to beat this up, but what are you saying to your guys? Like, you don't believe in them? You don't believe that they can cover 0 coverage? You don't believe that we're going to get the pressure to get there? So I think especially early in the season, in a game like that, you got to take your chances. And I feel like we've said this before with Gannon, like you can't, because what happens is when you get to a game that really means something, you haven't practiced it all year, you haven't ran it in the game all year, you don't know what to do. And that's what happened to the Eagles in the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, so with that being said, is that Ron helped us out by not going for 2.
Yes. They say Riverboat Ron turned to Pontoon Boat Ron.
Yeah, Riverboat Ron helped build us out with not going for 2, because that would have been tough. So like a 2-point conversion right there would have been tough.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so he helped us out with that one for sure. but they had a chance to win it because they got the ball first. First touchdown wins in the regular season game, so they had a chance to win it. The Eagles stopped them, and Reed put that arm under the foot.
The player of the game.
The player of the game.
Reed's
Get him
arm.
out of bounds by any means necessary, Reed. That was a huge play.
Yes, it was.
Because check this out. That heel would have hit.
Oh, yeah.
But he roll on it. I'm surprised there's no rules like if it touches a body part, it's in. But you know what I mean? Because
they're gonna make another rule now.
Yeah,
they're gonna make because the offense lost that game in that situation. They always create these new phantom rules to help the offense. So guess what? Next year they're gonna be calling it the Reed arm rule.
And you realize and we'll because we got to go through each segment, but you realize that little things matter. Little things matter in games, details, to win games, to win Super Bowl, whatever it may be, championship, playoff game, division, to be a consistent winner. Little things matter. And it's about who make the least mistakes when it comes to little small details. Just think about how I saw the post signal that Jalen gave, because the post signal hadn't changed in all of my years of playing football from college. This has been your post signal.
Yep.
I saw it. AJ did not see this. And him not getting a post signal, and Jalen, when he was coming back to us, dude, I did like this. He showed him, I did like this, right? Yeah. And just him not getting that post signal, the outcome of the game is, if Devontae don't come out and catch a, third down, 12-yard pass, Jake Elliott kicking a 70-yard field goal.
Yep. That's it.
Little small details, little bitty small details. Yeah. All right, here we go. Big picture takeaways: offense, passing game return, AJ Brown getting his money, Emmanuel Forbes talking junk the whole game, AJ Brown piecing him up, 9 catches, 175 yards. 2 touchdowns.
Oof. He was double moving the crap out of that dude.
Because he's a ball guy. He's always been he's a dude that jumps routes.
Yeah.
Does all of that stuff. And right, Hurts found a deep ball. What do you think of the passing game?
I liked it. Whenever you have an opportunity, and listen, I think the Commanders had a pretty good game plan. They basically said, you're not running up the middle on us. We're not going to give you the middle of the field. We're going to take that away. We're just going to see if you can beat us with on the outside. And that's exactly what the Eagles did. The big plays, they were there. We were completing. I do think towards the end of the game, I think we started taking too many shots down the field when we didn't necessarily need to. But early on in the year, new offensive coordinator, I feel like we keep saying this, but new offensive coordinator, knew everything essentially to get a win against it. I think the Commanders are a good team. I think they're better than people are giving them credit for. And I was happy with it. I mean, can't do much better than 319 yards, 2 touchdowns, going up top like that. So I'm happy with it.
All right, passing game. Let's talk about it. So here's my thoughts, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Last year, right after the bye week, we were up and down. We were winning games, but we were up and down. It was really no gelling. And we made an effort to get AJ Brown more touches. And it was down the field. And it worked and we started playing through A.J. Brown. And I think A.J. Brown blowing up on the sideline, though I didn't like the antics. I would never, ever like the antics of it because I think there's a different way to go about it. Mm-hmm. I believe that you can get the same results that A.J. Brown got with getting the ball if you go in and you have a meeting with you, coach, Jalen Hurts, or whoever, and not make it about you, because at the end of the day, your teammates see that. So I will always stand on that. However, I will say this, is that looking back to last year and the situation and how we started to win games and compile games, this is the way we started to look, because we started to force feed and try to get that man the ball as much as we could. And it's beneficial to us in the passing game for sure. However, there's always caveats. DeAndre Swift has 6 rushes going into halftime.
That can't happen.
I don't care. And I just think that once Washington showed a little bit resistance, not a bunch. They didn't prove it the entire game. They didn't prove that they can actually stop the run. We still averaged 4 yards a carry.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we didn't get the runs that we wanted, but we were able to run. Yeah. But they offered up enough resistance, but they have a track record and history with Payne, Allen, and those guys. They have a history of stopping us running the ball. And that took more weight away from, we predetermined that we're not going to be able to run the football like we do against everybody else. That was the game plan. And I don't necessarily know if that's always going to be the best game plan.
Yeah.
But I did like Jalen Hurts being aggressive down the field. He took some calculated risks. I always say that it's a risk, but it's a calculated risk. Risky, really risky, is throwing the ball up with 2 people. But one-on-one, I'm gonna throw it up to my guy and give him a shot. Even the one that went to A.J. Brown on the left sideline toward the end of the game, A.J. Brown pointed up in the air and Jalen threw it. Mm-hmm. And A.J. Brown did the right thing and knocked the ball out of Forbes' hand. You remember that?
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. Play. That shows the quarterback that, hey, I'm here for it. Yeah. I ain't letting you get picked if it's up to me.
Yeah. That was huge.
Huge stuff, because that could have been a terrible situation right there. But Jalen Hurts threw some dimes.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm gonna give you his dimes. Right. Yeah. The 1-2, the cover 4 to Devontae Smith when he went up and went to go get it. There was only one spot for that football. It was a 1-on-1 because he got past the front side safety. I don't know what the hell the backside safety is looking at. Everything was front side. But Jalen saw it and said, okay, he can't get there in time. Yeah. So it basically turned into a 1-on-1 and the front side safety bit on the rattler.
Yep.
Okay. So that was a dime that he threw.
Gotcha.
The one in cover 2 on the same left sideline to A.J. Brown when he had to get underneath the hit.
Yep. That was beautiful.
That was a dime.
Yeah.
Because the cornerback sunk good. It was good. That was a good sink. It was cover 2. He sunk good enough and made him have to throw it over. And he made him elevate the ball enough where the safety could get there, but he couldn't get there in time.
Yep.
So that was a dime. There was a dime on a third down. They were running Panther concept. Panther is a front side post, a front side deep cross, and then a backside deep cross where the deep cross underneath the backside goes under. And that was Dallas Goedert.
Yeah.
And Dallas didn't get much separation. He tried to stair step him, but Cameron Curl was on him pretty tough. Literally, Cameron Curl's hand is here.
Yeah, I remember that one.
All right there. Like A.J. Brown, his touchdowns, dimes. So Jalen Hurts was in his bag. He heard and saw what was going on, and he was in his bag. Yeah. And I love to see that. Jalen, I'm a fan. right? I got to say what I got to say when I see it. But listen, those were dimes, my man. AJ, you gonna play like that? You gonna talk what you talk, and bro made it about. You gotta play like that. What else can you say about it? Can't say nothing about it. The boys ball. They did. They ball. Would I like to see them continue to run the ball? Because we could have run the ball more. And there were times in that game where we could have ran the ball. And I don't want to take over the whole discussion there, Q. Let me keep
no, you're
sorry
good.
about that. DeAndre Swift, 14 for 56, 3.9, basically 4 yards carry for the whole team. O-line versus Commanders D-line. I just kind of touched it a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with everything you said. I mean, you know, it's tough for me because it's always hard. It's always hard to when the team wins the game. You have a quarterback playing really good. Running game isn't quite where we were expecting it, but it could have been. They could have stuck with it a little bit more. It's hard for me to, it's hard for me to really have much fault there. I mean, Jalen was kept upright most of the day. That vaunted, defensive line pass rush didn't really affect his game at all. So I didn't have too much of a problem, but you're going to have some games like that. I mean, this team, and here's the other thing too, and I've said this a million times before. The last time I remember an Eagles versus Redskins / Commanders game really being a blowout was like the 2010 year when Vic and McNabb just got traded. That was the last time it was really just a blowout, right? So these games are always going to be tough. These games are always going to be tight. They're, for whatever reason, I don't know, I don't understand why nobody gets it's just one of those weird phenomenons that this team always plays us tough. And so I'm okay with getting the win, even though it didn't look as dominant as we had in the past. I'm good with it. I will say this, though. I thought about you on this play. Okay, it was I believe it was the final. It was in the final drive in overtime. We lined up trips to the right, and we threw a bubble screen, and we had Brenton Covey on the field blocking for Devontae Smith. I instantly thought about you. It's like, what? Why we got Brenton Covey blocking on the outside? Two of the smallest dudes on the field, and they were running that.
See, you don't like this. People are sometimes like when they just like, man, look at Avant's stats. He didn't really have many touchdowns or whatever it was. I listen. I didn't have the most ability in the world, but one thing that I could do, whether it was a linebacker or safety or whoever, if the screen had to get started, the screen was going to get started with your bull. That's just how it was. The screen's going to get started. I don't care who's out there. The screen got to get started. And the guy that was out there with me knew that I don't have to worry about getting hit.
Yep.
And
that's all true.
I thought Devontae Smith's life was about to end when they threw the screen. He almost broke it when Lamadé Zacchaeus was out there on the left side.
Yeah.
And Jalen threw it up the field a little bit. I thought it was over. I was like, oh, this is it. I thought it was over. I'm serious. Like, he was able to get like some yards. I was like, but Kendall Fuller could have like sliced in there and got him. He went outside. If he'd have came through him, it would have been over.
Yeah, man.
We gotta do better. We gotta do a better job with that. Figure that out. At least put the tight end out there, man.
So
yeah, put the tight end out there. All right, here we go. Oh, one dime I forgot about. 3rd and 11, 3rd and 8. Lamadé Zacchaeus he basically ran like a stop route over the ball. Yeah. What route did we used to call that?
To me, that's like a buck pass.
Yeah, we used to call it middle hook. But like he ran like this middle hook route. And Jalen had to offset him because the linebacker was on his left, had to offset him to the right, and then ended up making like a tough, critical catch in a big moment. He actually could have made a low one right beforehand. That's how you stayed. That's how you stay in the lead. Lamade, if you ever see this, that's how you stay in the lead. That low one right there, that's how you stay around.
Yeah. Get down.
That's how you stay around. That's on that second. And Jalen came right back to him. He caught it. But that was huge in between two DBs in order to get that. That was a dime as well. Those little plays set up AJ Brown's game-winning touchdown, like little things like that people made plays. And
I love that.
Amade's showing up though. He's showing up.
Yeah. keep going, buddy. Keep going.
Yeah, he's showing up.
Yeah, man.
Dallas Goedert still not getting the ball as much as I know he would like. We got to solve that as well. He need to get some touches. Like they need to make a game plan because people get weary in well doing, man.
Yeah,
it's tough when you're a good teammate and you want the ball and you know that you got a matchup that's in your favor and you're one of the most skilled tight ends in the league. Reward the man. Don't make him blow up.
Yeah.
Go out there and get that man the rock, man. Put him in a situation. It was a play that I love, Q, on the offensive side. And this is the last thing that we'll talk about on the offensive side. Did you want to hit that Goddard?
No, go ahead.
Last thing I say was this one play that I absolutely loved in the game plan. I loved it. They went empty. They put Swift out to the right side on Jamin Davis, and they ran a go route and got a pass interference call. You don't realize how big that is with teams that want to play man-to-man. If you don't have freaking Fred Warner or a few other guys, DeMario, if you don't have like one of these elite guys that can cover two, that's a matchup nightmare. You go out there and if Swift can catch a goal or a slant or something like that and be good at it, that's the element that we haven't seen since Westbrook.
Oh, yeah.
So I was encouraged seeing that. I was like, okay, if this dude is like that out there and he can beat a linebacker, because there's no linebacker that really can run with a dude. Most linebackers that are not running with a running back, especially a 4-4 running back. So, you're looking at a dude that run a 4.7, 4.6, 4.6, 4.7 on a 4.4. It's tough.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's one of them things when you look over the linebacker like, man, I'm not supposed to be out here, man.
Yeah, exactly. He looking at him like, coach, call timeout. All right, you guys, make sure that you're checking out on Inside the Birds platform, Inside the Tape, again, with our man Greg Cosell and Clay Harbor, our former teammate, the man with the pecs, Bachelor himself, Clay Harbor. Check him out, Inside the Birds, all Inside the Birds platforms, drops every Thursday. Check them out, you guys. All right, Q, head us up with the defense.
Yeah, man, let's talk about it. Sam Howell, University of North Carolina, right? He went 29 for 41, 290 yards, 1 touchdown. He was 8 for 17 on third down. So this was a frustrating game to watch defensively for me, especially with a young quarterback. I mean, we made him look much better than he actually is at this point in his career. Now, I do think that he's got some talent. He's actually shown more than I thought he had. He had a lot of poise, good poise there. Accurate throws, got a good arm. He's athletic. He can move around. But I just don't think he's there yet. And I think that our passive play in the secondary, especially early in the game, really made him feel comfortable and got him kind of, juices flowing, got him kind of in his rhythm into the game. And, it was just a little disappointing to see. They played a little bit more man. The Eagles played a little bit more man. But again, when you're playing man, you're about 7-8 yards off.
Mm-hmm.
It's pitch and catch. It's pitch and catch. And it wasn't until the second half when they started moving around and getting closer to the receivers and playing a little bit of press that it really made an effect on Sam Howell. So, but by that point, it was kind of over, man. So not want to say over, but kind of the damage was already done. So I don't know, man. What do you think?
You know what? What my man from Instagram say? Defense trash. You know that?
Oh yeah,
I ain't gonna do that. What's that?
I forgot his name. That dude's hilarious.
That dude hilarious. But he be like trash. No, let me stop because defense been playing good. Don't take that and run with it. But here's my thing. Sam Howell gave us the work this week.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't put this on tape and think it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
This is the National Football League. We got Matt Stafford coming. We got Tua coming. We got Sam Howell again. We got Dak. We got Patrick Mahomes. We got Josh Allen. We got Brock Purdy. Dak again. Geno.
Who did we piss off?
I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying that's
it's some players in here.
Yeah.
And Sam Howell ain't it's not in their category. So we got to make sure that our tape is looking better than this going forward. It just has to be. And if you got to light somebody up, light them up.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. 0 is good until they burn you deep.
True.
Until they get a chunk play, if they don't get a chunk play, that thing is still good. I can wipe that one off. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
That's still good. Yeah. That's like your favorite meal touching the floor for 1 second. It's still good.
Yeah.
It's still good. I dropped my slice of pizza. It's been on that floor in less than 5 seconds. I'm picking it up and eating it, baby. It's still good. Blitz. You know what I mean? It's still good. The 0 blitz is still good, Sean. The side is still good, baby. Blitz some more. I literally saw the Buffalo Bills get after that man and frustrate him, make him throw the ball.
Who was that, Tua?
No, I said
how? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to, man.
So he played a great game. And part of that was Coach Bieniemy. Coach Bieniemy had me in just memory lane. I was like, oh no, they ain't running basic with the corner out there and with the switch release. I was like, oh shit. He had me it was back down memory lane. I was calling out the plays.
Reminiscing.
I was calling out the plays. I'm like, oh, they just ran Z drive with corner on. I was like, I was calling all the plays. Yeah, it was. So listen, certain dudes you can't. He's a good play caller.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah, so.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's good.
But yeah,
he's
we got
a good play caller. But I mean, let's. I don't know, man.
Here we go. So let's put some stuff in perspective. Let's put it in perspective. You got young corner playing.
True.
We got James Bradbury playing out of position. We got
very true
safeties that are not available.
True.
Sometimes in coverage, our linebackers don't look the best. You know, Morrow had 3 sacks. A couple of them fell right into his lap. Some of them weren't blitzes. He was just the man that stepped up after. So it's like, so it looked like he was blitzing. No, he had a coverage responsibility that was in the backfield. And when he stepped up, he was the only one there and kind of fell into it. You know what I mean? So 2 of them he fell into. The other one, it was a blitz. But that was good, getting 3 sacks. You know what? He's been showing up these last 2 games because I thought he was when they first put him in there, I was like, oh my gosh, this ain't gonna turn out good. But he's been solid these last 2 games, and I can't take that away from him. He's playing really good. To have 3 sacks in the ball game, a lot of that was. Did you see how Fletcher Cox was throwing?
Oh my God, he was. And it was as old as he is, and the entire game.
It was the entire game he was getting that guy to
just
blitz.
swatting him. Bow, bow. Like you said last week. The shuffle.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He looks great, man. He's that whole defensive front, man. I mean, we can't say enough about him. But I want to talk about real quick because you kind of brought that up, right? And me as a defensive guy, I still don't understand why we are playing Bradbury in the slot. Like, I understand the idea behind it. He's played in there before. But to me, if it's me, I'm leaving Bradbury outside. I'm leaving Slay outside. And then I'm going to try to develop whoever I can at nickel. Because now if you're moving Bradbury inside, now you got two spots where they can attack, where you got Bradbury who's inside, who's really not it doesn't seem that comfortable playing inside. I think he feels more comfortable playing outside. So now you got two holes in the secondary where you got guys that are either inexperienced or not really playing too well at that slot. I think, me personally, I would move Bradbury back outside and then just work with whoever you can at nickel on the inside. And now you only have one area that's kind of quote unquote a weakness where you can kind of predict what a team's going to try to attack you. So I'm just not loving Bradbury in the slot at all. I think he's better suited outside right now at this point in his career.
I see why they're doing it, like you said. I see why they're doing it. I agree with you, though, to this point. He has the most experience. I think the slot is tough to play. And I just think that's a lot to ask a rookie to do that doesn't have previous experience at it. If you're not like a college nickel and understand terminology and that's what you did, like just to have like a corner to come back in and be responsible for gaps. Like, corners are not ever responsible for gaps unless you're in cover two and you like responsible for outside. Like, but other than that, you like a corner on the outside is never responsible for. Like, they're not responsible for the B or C gap at all. But when you're a nickel, you are sometimes. And I think those responsibilities and run fits and stuff like that is totally foreign. And also how frequently the nickel blitzes. The nickel blitz is more than any other corner because it's easier to cover up, the nickel by bringing down a safety or rotating a linebacker over. It's so much easier to do those things. So I see why they're doing it. They're saying, okay, the older player will have the most experience doing this and at least understands our play calling. So I see why they're doing it. However, I think the answer would be to just put Bradbury outside and go and get a veteran free agent.
Yeah.
I just think that's easier. I think that's easier to just say, hey, Bradbury, you stay outside, continue to get your reps, because I don't think that he has the mindset to want to be in there. Nichols got to be assholes.
Yeah. You have to.
Yeah, like I'm just saying, like that's what it is. Like Nichols, the guys that play nickel got a little bit. They like a dude that's not like a corner, but like a dude that's with a safety mindset that has a little bit more cover skills than a safety.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's it. You're not as a nickel, the best nickels are people that have a safety mindset.
Yep.
They just make cover a little bit better.
That's perfect.
You know what I mean? So you and usually safeties are assholes.
Hey man, hey.
You have to be. You got to set the tone. Like a safety for the back end is the tone. Like you're the big brother. The corners are the dudes that are little brothers. They're little brothers. We beat up them. The safety's like, oh, just get your out my little brother. That's safety.
I like it. I'd rather be the big brother. There we go. All right. So where are we at now? Decide. So I don't decide, did he blitz more than usual? I don't think. Oh, we kind of went over that one already. Let's move on to the next section. All right.
Yeah.
Bad penalties. All right. Cunningham got the hold. Down the stretch,
Yeah.
Samuel gave Samuel a rushing touchdown. Bradbury holding on the field goal. Terrell Edmonds, 2 late hit penalties. Let's talk about that for a second. First off, I hope Edmonds is all right, because that run on the goal line in the first quarter where he got pummeled.
When he got that blue, he had the blues handed to him.
Ooh wee! Oh, good thing it was a fumble, because that'd have been on the top 10.
Yeah,
It probably still was.
He hit him with the blues right there. I was like, who is? I was like, is that good, Richard again? No, that's the safety.
I'm like, what you doing down there, bro? That's not where you're supposed to be.
It happens to the best of us, man, you know.
Yeah, oh yeah, I done got mine a few times, man. It happens. All right, so, but yeah, like, to me, the one late hit penalty, when he hit Logan, I was really frustrated with that. I don't know what they expect the safety to do. I mean, just let the guy catch it and then, like, let him fall and then fall on top of him. Like, I don't understand how we're supposed to do that. So some of the penalties or hustle plays, I'm not too concerned about it. What about you?
I'm not. I just thought that they were being so ticky-tacky with calls. Like, you got to understand, like, the spirit of the game before you make a call, right? When you're making a pass interference call, either defensive or offensive, you got to realize, like, what position is this guy in? Is he in a situation where he's panicking and he's beat and he's holding? No. Like the one that Slay at the end of the game where he got caught. Slay ran a better slant than he did.
Mm-hmm.
Did he grab a little bit? He did, but he was in better position. He recognized on the second step because the cornerback the receiver gave away the route, and Slay already beat him there. So you shouldn't call that because the cornerback was in better position before there was any touching.
Yeah.
So you got to see that as an official and be able to recognize that. So I thought that play was garbage. I thought the Edmonds late hook play was garbage. The Bradbury hold, I didn't really even see that one. I saw a little bit of, but it wasn't like egregious. None of these plays were like would have stopped the outcome of the original thing.
Yeah.
The ball would have been overthrown in that situation. And Slay's, the ball would have been batted down because the guy didn't win the route. Don't give him stuff. And that's on any side. Any side. Call plays that will prevent something that would have occurred and or somebody just downright disregarding the rules. So you got to like, to me, you got to understand this. A part of that is understanding this. Did this guy gain an advantage by this? So that's why I was mad with Slay on that. I'm like, Slay, you don't even got to touch him right there, dude. You got your whole hand on the ball. Normally you get like this part of your hand on the ball. He got this part on. Like, no, like he in better position. So I thought most of the penalties were ticky-tack stuff. It wasn't. It was like a very like officials on their period type of thing.
Yeah.
No offense to anybody.
That was frustrating. it really is. I don't know. Yeah. I don't like refs. I don't like refs. Like you said, like a good ref is someone that doesn't have to have an effect on the game. Like you're there, but you're there silently. You make the calls that you're supposed to make. You shouldn't affect the outcome. Like, did you watch the Chiefs game? Did you see what happened at the Chiefs-Jets game?
Yeah,
right. That kind of stuff. You don't want the people talking about the refs after a game. So
it's never. We don't want to know your name. I don't want to know your name. I just want your name to be straight. Umpire strike, side judge strike, back judge strike. We don't want to know your name. We don't want to say, oh man, this official, coaches be paranoid by the officials that we got these officials and this official calls pass interference. You got a meeting about the officials.
Yeah. I remember those meetings.
You remember the meeting about the officials? That shouldn't be. Why is that a thing? It shouldn't be that right there should not be a thing where we got to meet about your tendency as an official.
That's it.
This official call holding a lot. This official is number 2 in the NFL in defensive pass interference. This official,
or the opposite. Hey guys, they don't call anything, so let's get out there and start holding.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Oh man,
that's good.
All right, make sure you guys are checking your boy out, Launch Trampoline Park in Deptford, New Jersey. We have everything concerning entertainment, arcades, laser tag, Ninja Warrior, trampoline basketball, slam ball, valo jump, birthday parties, cafe. We got everything. Come check us out, Launch Trampoline Park in Deptford, New Jersey. Q, what's your topic this week? What's your topic? Your rant topic this week?
I'm excited still because I'm going to be heading down to the big game in LA next week. I get to see the brand new stadium. I get to see the birds on the West Coast. I get to bring my family down there. We're going to have a great time. Going to be tailgating, having a good time. So hopefully I'll get to see some of our fans down there. If you guys are going to the game, hit me up. I'll be out there. So
nice.
That's all I got, fellas.
Nice. I got a rant then. Let me rant about something. I'm going to rant about this. This is my rant. Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons. I know you dabbling in the media, and we like for players to dabble in the media. But when you go out there and try to defend Zach Wilson in this play, and you try to talk about Rodney Harrison, let me tell you who Rodney Harrison is, just for your information. Rodney Harrison is one of the smartest and toughest players to ever play this game called football, right? He's played with Tom Brady, and he's also played with Ryan Leaf. So for you guys that don't know, Rodney Harrison came out and said, hey, look, Zach Wilson played better, but he's nothing special. That's his opinion. It's up to players to disprove people's opinions with your play, not with your words. Micah Parsons want to go out and defend and say, who are you to call somebody special or not? Micah Parsons, shut up. You a great young player, but you don't know who you talking about when you're talking about Rodney Harrison. Rodney Harrison should be in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Rodney Harrison is a head buster that played this game in a way, in an era when people were afraid of football players. There's nobody that's afraid of football players now. Those were trained killers on the field playing a game, and will try to hurt you, spit on you, all totally different time. And if that man has seen Brady in practice, seen Ryan Leaf in practice, if he said he's seen nothing special, I believe that man. And let the man, you out there like E40, look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, who that be, Captain Saber? Man, shut up. Stop.
I love it.
All right, that's my rant. My rant for today, man. All these football players, man. People gonna talk. That's our job. The player can back up his play with back up anything that he got to say with his play.
That's it.
Prove us wrong. We want to see it, even though we say something. You ever had a coach that said, you know what, man, I don't think you're good, just so he can motivate you to be better? That's the thing. You guys got to stop wearing these panties and Pampers, man. Let's go. All right. That's it.